Hey everybody, I noticed that on some of our videos we were not able to demonstrate the technique of threading. So what I would like to do is walk through the process real quick and really emphasize what it means to thread the catheter forward and not insert the whole needle. So here I have is my lovely mannequin arm. As you can see here, I'm going to prep my items by first opening up a kit, and I'm going to get my tape out. I don't like to use that piece of tape, so I'm going to put it on the side. So, where to put it? There we go. I'm going to put it right down here. So I have one piece and two piece tape ready. Good. I'm going to grab my gloves, put my gloves on. This is not a sterile procedure, so I'm just going to throw them on my hands. After performing hand hygiene, verifying the right patient, close the door for privacy, raise the bed up. Do you have a fistula or mastectomy on this arm? No? Wonderful. Check for allergies. Okay, one of the first things I'm going to do is open up my techoderms. I'm going to pull my pen out, and some of us missed that there is a label right here. Please put the date right there, and next to the little band, put your initials. So scribble, 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 because in a little bit, this can actually peel off and go onto your patient. But for now, I'm just going to put it right back on there. So I've scribbled my information down, and I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Next, I'm going to prep my saline. And I'm going to be very careful when I open this up, because I don't want to touch this right there. This is the reseal. I need to keep that nice and sterile and clean. So the best thing to do is to get this off, get my air out. I'm kind of screwing it on awkward because I would like to show the camera. You know what? There's no reason for me to continue to hold the package. I'm going to put that down. There we go. Screw that on. Some of you guys took that off. Leave that on. Okay, let's prime it. Primed, a few drips. I'm going to loosen the cap. Do not take the cap all the way off. Just loosen it. And we're going to set this right here as well. It's sitting next to the patient. And I have the tip of it hanging out inside there with the cap on. This can go away. All right, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and grab my tourniquet. When we apply the tourniquet, make sure it is tight, maybe about 4 to 6 inches, 4 to 8 inches above the IV stick. Now, one thing I noticed is that some people went and did all the way through. This is not a quick release tie. Yeah, so you can see it. Not a quick release tie. What is a quick release tie? Is if you cross them, but then just put a little bit of it under there. Okay, that's all we need. I'm going to put it a little bit higher so I can still see my sight. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is palpate for a vein that's rebounding, and I see that one looks fantastic right there. I'm going to take my ChloraPrep now. This is my ChloraPrep. Feel here. Open. Josh. Snap. Pretty much everybody did this part. Back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth this way as well. I'm not doing it because I want this arm to be dry for me. Okay, we're not going to fan it. I'm going to put this on the side. The next thing I got to do is get my catheter. This is where we started getting a little different. Students were deviating from what we need to do. This is the top of the catheter where that bump is. That is the top. This right here cannot be touched. So if you touch that, don't touch that again. The hold that we want to do is not this. It's not this. It's really just 2 fingers, and these are going to stabilize the angle of the needle. Some of you came in without touching the patient arm. I really would like you to put your 2 fingers down to stabilize where you need to go. Okay, I would like to go there. Let's see, make sure you guys can see it. Now, what I'm going to do is tell my patient big stick after I stabilized it. When you stabilize it, you can pull up, you can pull down, but if you are down here, you cannot run your finger alongside of that. It needs to be off, so maybe move your finger down. Okay? And by the way, I'm putting my finger on the top of that. All right, patient, big stick, 1, 2, 3. When you get about here, I am in the patient vein. I want us to stop and look for flashback right here. Okay, flashback is occurring here. That's where your eyes need to go. It's not going to happen right there. So flashback is going in. That's when I'm going to insert the whole system a smidge more. You probably didn't even see me move. But at this point, this finger needs to come behind and drive my catheter forward. Drive, 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 drive. And it goes in. My needle, move my fingers, my needle is still kind of barely sitting right there. So I've driven it forward. Then I'm going to snap back. Once you lock it, then you pop it. All right. So now I'm going to put a couple of fingers to hold, and I'm going to then pinch this hub and remove my stylet. So my stylet goes there. This right here goes like so. And very carefully screw it in. Once it is screwed in, I no longer have to hold pressure. In fact, you probably even saw that I moved my fingers because now the system is closed. I'm going to continue to hold this. No wiggling. Don't let it go. Hold it, and we're going to flush. At this point, we're just flushing to see if it's patent. It is not dripping. It is not infiltrating right there. So at this point, I want one piece of tape. No tegaderm yet. One piece of tape to go right over this. No tape over the insertion site. That's where the tegaderm goes. So once I have it taped there, I can let it go. We're going to do our tegaderm. At this point, we're going to stretch it and go right over the center. Looks good. Peel that off. Peel, peel, peel. Okay. And this, I saw some of you do, put it right over here. That would not be good because I really need to see my insertion site. Anywhere along the border is good. All right, now I can take just that part off. Let's leave this lovely part on because I don't want that open. All right, so we're going to leave this on, and I'm going to take it and tape. Right here is good. I like a little bit of a tail, so if I want to connect my syringe, I can bend it up rather than taping that part down, because that's really hard. Okay, that's how that goes. I'm going to show you the insertion one more time, maybe from a different angle. Okay, here's the different angle. My tourniquet is on. I won't even show you the tourniquet. I don't want it to get in the way. But we're going to take this, and I'm holding this. That was my prop. Okay, stabilizing, making sure to get out of the way. I'll go up here so you can see better. All right, 1, 2, 3, poke. When you get into the vein, I'm going to be looking right here for flashback. I see flashback, and I'm going to insert 1 to 2 millimeters more. I'm hitting something, this mannequin. And at this point, I want you to, wow, I've hit gold in the mannequin. Hang on a second. Is that even a vein? I'm going to start down here. All right, fingers propped up, fingers on top of this. Make sure it is focusing. Big stick patient, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, I've got flashback and go 1 to 2 millimeters more. Drop it down to the patient's arm, and then the only thing moving forward is my first finger. Once that is all the way in, okay. Once that is all the way in, then I lock that.